Yeah, let's go. This is Scott Savor with Uncommon Competitor, and I want to share another book that changed my life. Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive by Harvey Mackay. Wisdom in here is unbelievable. Knowing what to do isn't enough if you haven't developed the discipline to do it. I've read thousands of books, and one of my biggest problems was just reading more books and just taking in more content and reading more and reading more and reading more. And I never had the discipline to live out what I learned. It changed my life. Stop learning and start doing. Magical things will happen. In the restaurant business, you never want to be the first operator in any location. Let other people fail first. Let other people make the mistakes and figure things out. And then you be the second one to move in or replace them after they fail, respectfully. The single most powerful tool for winning a negotiation is the ability to walk away from the table without a deal. You drive your own bus. You write your own life. Don't let other people stop you by putting the pressure on. Sometimes the best deals are to walk away from. And if they're meant to be, people will come back and find you. Make your decisions with your heart, and what you'll end up with is heart disease. Be very strategic with how you make decisions. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. Just when you think you've exhausted all possible questions, ask more. If you sit there and try to digest your decisions with your heart, you will get heart disease. I believe that. When a person with money meets a person with experience, the person with experience winds up with the money, and the person with the money winds up with the experience. Experience is good, but if you don't have a high level of awareness with your experience, it doesn't matter. You got to fight for that. You'll always get the good news. It's how quickly you get the bad news that counts. An outstanding manager gets the bad news first. Nobody wants to be the bearer of bad tidings because that triggers the kill the messenger syndrome. If you're in charge, you have to encourage the flow of bad news. Because if you don't, bad situations get worse before you can stop the hemorrhaging. You have to create a culture and an environment on a team or company where bad news is welcome, not where people are afraid and they're reserved and they're shy and they can't say what bad happened. They'll sweep it under the rug. You can't allow that to happen. You got to create an environment where it's like, hey, what's the worst thing that can happen? Let's talk through this. What happened? Be open. Here we go. It's more fun when it's spontaneous. The importance of creativity. Efficiency achieved at the expense of creativity is counterproductive. Don't equate activity with efficiency. Makes sense? Creativity is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. It isn't practice that makes perfect what you have to add one word. It's perfect practice that makes perfect. Let me say that again. It isn't practice that makes perfect. You have to add one word. It's perfect practice that makes perfect. People call that deliberate practice. Instead of just going and practicing something or training for a skill for an hour or 2 hours, get 20 great reps. And not reps that are perfect, but your attitude and your effort and your focus is perfect. That's locked in. That's 100% controllable. In those deliberate reps, go for 20 perfect, controllable reps. Not on the outcome, not that you scored the point or you perfected the skill, but you perfected the process in your attitude, your effort, and your focus. That's deliberate practice. That'll change everything. You can practice all day long, but if you don't really know what you're doing, no matter how much talent you have, you're only perfecting an error. You're creating bad habits. There are two qualities that are indispensable in making it to the top: expert coaching and iron determination. It isn't the people you fire who make your life miserable. It's the people you don't. Optimism involves self-delusion. A belief that our own abilities are superior to the obstacles that logically should overcome us. But that's exactly what's needed to perform any heavy-duty assignment. Be obsessively optimistic and your life will change forever. You can remember anything if you're interested in it. Don't forget that. More wisdom. You don't say, whoa, in a horse race. We'll be in a horse race our entire life. Leave your competition in the dust and don't have hesitation or reservation. Don't say whoa in a horse race. Harvey McKay, thank you so much for your wisdom in the book, Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive. Scott Zavor, Uncommon Competitor. Yeah, let's go.